What is going on, guys? It's Ty here, and today I have a little bit of a patch rundown for jungling on patch 8.10. There's been quite a shakeup in the jungle this patch. XP amounts are getting shifted around, they're changing items a bit, Scuttle got revamped, some pretty important stuff to know if you jump into the jungle. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Starting out with the Hunter's Talisman, it does more damage over time, heals more over time when fighting jungle monsters, and gives you a lot more mana per second, making you have a lot more healthy mana bar when clearing the jungle. The next change they made to Hunter's Machete, they took away the in-combat attack speed boost against monsters and made it so you just deal an extra 10 flat damage against monsters. Some pretty interesting stuff, opens up the door for more mana heavy junglers that have typically bad first clears because they have such mana issues. Next up, they tweaked Runic Echoes, making it a lot more viable option for AP junglers. Gives you a nice 300 mana and 10% cooldown reduction, giving any mage jungler the essential stats they need to put in work. So when it comes to hitting level 3, you have to do 4 camps now. If you're playing a single target damage jungler, like I am playing Udyr right now, you're going to want to clear out the most single target camps that are available. So naturally, you're going to want to start with either your red or your blue buff, getting a leash from preferably the bot lane because they give the best leash. And then after that, you're going to want to either make your way to Gromp if you started blue, or to Wolves if you started red. So I started red, I'm going to make my way up to the Wolves, like I always would before they made this change. I'm going to clear out my wolves the same way I always would. And then I'm going to make my way to my blue buff. Except what you'll notice is that after clearing your blue buff, you're not level 3 and you're like, wait a minute, is this a bug? Like, did I somehow forget a camp? You didn't forget a camp. They just, for some reason, Riot gets the idea that they have to make random changes for, I don't know, no reason. I guess early game junglers have been a little bit oppressive, getting off some very efficient early ganks on champions like Udyr, Jarvan, Lee Sin, Skarner. They do have very strong early ganks, so it's only after you kill your 4th camp that you hit level 3. If you're playing a champ like Rammus, Shyvana, someone with some really good AoE clear, you can, or Kayn, you can just do your birds, wolves, and your 2 buffs. The next change they made was to Scuttle Crab. Scuttle Crab starts the game with 1200 health instead of 800, and scales up to 2480 throughout the game instead of 3900. So that makes it a little tankier in the early game, but a lot less tanky in the late game. It also grants scaling gold, so starting off at 70, scales up to 140 by the end of the game. It grants a lot more experience. Instead of giving like no XP, like it was like killing a ward before, 10 XP, it starts off giving 115, scaling up to 230 XP, which is huge. That is 23 times the amount at max level that it gave you before. So Scuttle Crab is going to be a hotly contested objective to take, and you're not just taking it for the free ward. They also made Scuttle Crab spawn a little bit earlier, and they added something unique. They made it so that only after the first spawn at 2 minutes, both Scuttle Crabs spawn. But after you kill one, its spawn timer will not start ticking until both Scuttle Crabs have been killed. So previously, theoretically, one Scuttle Crab could survive the entire game, and the other one can just keep getting killed, but not anymore. Both of them have to die before the spawn timer starts, and it's changing from 180 seconds to 135. Also, the Scuttle Crabs are only going to spawn one at a time. After that 135 seconds, they both won't spawn. Only one Scuttle Crab will spawn. So it'll be a very big battle between junglers fighting for that extra 115 to 230 XP, depending on level into the game. As another example, Scuttle Crab spawns with 1200 XP, 1200 HP, sorry, and gives 70 gold right off the hop, and a pretty decent amount of experience. Just for fun, while I go over some other things. Let's see if we can kill this dragon with no items at level 3. And just 1 potion. So I'm going to smite it now. Just to get my smite charge off. Because I'm going to not be able to kill it without it. I still might not even be able to kill it. My smite's up again in a couple seconds. Get that next smite off. Oh god, are we gonna kill it? Are we gonna kill it? I don't... Oh my god, just barely killed it. Just within like a split second. The last change they made was to camp experience. They made it so that when you get up in levels ahead of the enemy jungler, and you're ahead of the levels of the camps, say a camp's level 7, you're level 10, you're 3 levels ahead. Before, you would get 15% reduced experience for killing that camp because it's 3 levels lower. 5% per level. But they remove that so that you can just infinitely outlevel the enemy jungler, and there's no cap. There's no like catch-up XP, like they don't let the other jungler back in the game as easy. Also, they made it so jungle camps have a scaling system of how much XP they give. They used to give the most XP right off the hop, but now they give a certain amount at level 1, and then they scale up to level 7 and give their max amount of XP. So just looking at the list, blue buff gives the same amount at the end of the game, same as red. Large Krug ends up giving more at the end of the game, medium more, small Krug more at the end, large wolf barely more, small wolves a little less, large Razorbeak way less, and small Razorbeaks a decent amount less throughout the game, and Gromp a lot less throughout the game. And the other change they made was they had reduced experience on your first clear on killing Gromp, Krugs, and the bird. Also the large Krug and Gromp. So they removed that so that you get pretty much close, either full XP or closer to full XP on killing all the camps at the start of the game. I'm gonna shut these guys up real quick because they keep making these super annoying noises. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to subscribe if you're new here. Have a great day, and I'll see you all in the next video.